So with the promotional anime Super Dragon Ball Heroes premiering and starting off with the Prison Planet arc, I thought we'd go back and look at the Prison Planet arc manga version of these events and compare them to what we saw in the series, because the series, the first episode was only about 9 minutes, and I feel like the manga version really expounds on that, and I think a lot of you will enjoy reading the manga more than the anime. Now, as of right now, there is no official scanlation for this manga, and it's not going to be released outside of Japan because Bandai of Japan just doesn't want it out. But I want to thank Alakazam from Kanzenshuu for translating this on the board, and we're going to get right into what happens here in this version of the events. Now, I must tell you that this is officially Chapter 11 of the Dragon Ball Heroes manga. Chapters 1 through 10 were the previous storylines, like the Dark Empire arc and things like that, and if you want to, I will cover those in the future. Let me know down below in the comments if you want me to cover those, and we'll go through them, and I'll give you my thoughts, and you give me yours, and we'll have a good time. But I want to start here with the Prison Planet arc, because this is essentially where the anime is beginning, and we begin exactly like the anime. We have a small shot of Fu, but then we get right into it with Goku and Vegeta training on Beerus's planet with Whis, and Whis is talking to Goku about mastering Migate no Gokui. Whis and Goku are working together so that Goku can master Ultra Instinct. This, in the Dragon Ball Heroes timeline, takes place shortly after Dragon Ball Super, but it may be a clue of things to come, because it looks like Goku may be mastering Ultra Instinct, or trying to master Ultra Instinct, which means we haven't seen the last of the form. I know some folks were like, well, are we only going to see Blue from now on? No, it's still part of the story, and this is evidence of that. So Mai appears and talks about Trunks being kidnapped, just like in the anime version, and in the Dragon Ball Heroes story, Trunks did go back to train with Goku and Vegeta on Whis' planet, so Mai does know about the planet. Well, Beerus' planet. Mai does know about the planet, but how she got there this time is very mysterious. But Fu makes his appearance and talks about that he is Trunks' friend. Again, this is very similar to the anime version. It explains that Trunks was kidnapped and is being held hostage on the prison planet. Now, obviously you can tell right off the hop that Fu is not really Trunks' friend. That's obvious. Fu is the one behind these schemes, and Whis himself even says he's never heard of the prison planet, and Fu explains that it doesn't exist in the world of the past. So this planet is in a different timeline. Very interesting to note that this planet only exists in its own timeline. Remember, Heroes does a lot of timeline shenanigans. So they all agree to go help Trunks, but the Supreme Kai once again reminds us about the dangers of traveling through time. But at this point, you're not going to convince Goku not to do something he doesn't want to do. Same thing with Vegeta. It's just not going to happen. But interestingly enough, Whis actually mentions that he had heard rumors of people planning to reorganize history that he didn't think were true. Now, he's obviously referring to Mira, Toa, and the Time Breakers. So in the Dragon Ball Heroes world, Whis does not really know much about what's going on, but he's heard about these characters, and I like that. So they end up going to the prison planet, and Fu is with them, and they notice the chains around the sky and how it seems like it really is a prison. Then we have them sense a very powerful key, and this key is the key of Xeno Goku, otherwise known as Goku Xeno or Time Patrol Goku, who actually thinks that Dragon Ball Super's Goku is in league with Fu, but remember, Dragon Ball Super's Goku and Vegeta, they believe that Fu is Trunks' friend, so he kind of is, but not really, and this leads to them, of course, getting into a fight. Now, the biggest disappointment to me of the Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime is this fight, because I was really expecting it to be an epic clash of Titans, Super Saiyan Blue versus 4, and in this version, the fight is so much better. I can't even begin to tell you. You have to see it for yourself. Goku and Goku clash like two Titans, and it actually feels like a real struggle. And there's a really cool scene where Goku goes into Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku Xeno is like, wow, he has blue hair. So a me that uses a power that I don't know about. I love how he's so curious about this blue-haired version of himself that he's never heard of. But anyways, the fight in the manga is so much more fun to read than the anime. And obviously, it's different when you compare like moving pictures to just, you know, manga panels, comic book panels, but it just felt so much more epic. So as this is going on, Fu is very, very happy because both Gokus love to fight. You know, they're both essentially Goku, and Vegeta kind of figures out something is up. Same thing with Mai. Fu reveals that he gathers people from different eras with interesting abilities to get them to fight each other. When he says different eras, he means different planets, different universes, and different timelines. Mai asks him what the purpose of all this is, and Fu says, well, looking for meaning in everything is nonsense. I just do it out of curiosity. It's fun. So that gives you a bit more insight into Fu's playful nature. He's a very interesting character. So we get pretty much the groundwork set up for what this arc's going to be, as Fu explains that he's given Dragon Balls to strong warriors all throughout the prison planet, and if you want to go back alive, you have to gather the other ones by force. So other people on this planet have Dragon Balls, and they're going to fight each other, and whoever gets all of these will be the winner and will be allowed to escape. So yes, folks, this pretty much is the Dragon Ball version of Battle Royale, or the Hunger Games, even more so than the Tournament of Power. I find this very interesting. Now, it doesn't actually tell you what kind of Dragon Balls these are. They appear to look like the Earth Dragon Balls, but they could be exclusive Prison Planet Dragon Balls. We don't know yet because it doesn't actually tell you what kind of balls they are. Fu himself proclaims that the goal of the experiment is a Dragon Ball free-for-all between the strongest, which sounds like such a promotional line that Bandai wanted to be in this manga that it's more than obvious as to what's going on here. And again, I find it interesting that both with Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Legends, we have the video game. We have, these multi-era tournaments or whatever, multiversal tournaments, with different fighters. And here we're seeing something very similar, but this one's not really a tournament. This is legitimately, they're on the prison planet. They have to fight each other and presumably kill each other, or at least beat each other down to the point where they can take the Dragon Ball away from each other. And that's something very, very different. And to be honest, in theory, I think it's a pretty great idea. I think it's a good idea for an arc, and it's one that I hope both in the anime and the manga give us some fun fights. That's the most you could really ask for. So Fu tells him that he's going to go back to his laboratory to watch everything, and Trunks is still okay. He reveals that Trunks is not dead, he's fine, and we then cut to Trunks, and Trunks wants to escape from his prison. Then, just like in the anime version, they show Cooler appearing, who makes the remark about Trunks having a very strong energy. Trunks is like, who is this? And Cooler says, how about you give me the Dragon Ball? So, it's a big shocker. It's supposed to be a big shocker that Cooler's here, even though he's in all the promotional material, and we know that he goes golden at some point, and we know that Cumber's coming up soon. So, again, it's one of those things where it's supposed to be a big shock, but it's still pretty cool because Trunks and Cooler have never interacted. In both Cooler movies, Trunks was not there. And also you have to remember, this is Dragon Ball Super Trunks. This is Trunks from the Dragon Ball Super version of the events with the blue hair. Xeno Trunks, the Time Patroller, may have run into Cooler in various different forms of media, whether it be Xenoverse or, Heroes, whatever you want to call it, but that's a different timeline version of Trunks. Super Trunks and this Cooler have never met before. In fact, I wonder if Trunks even knows that Frieza has a brother. Of course, in Dragon Ball Super, he wouldn't know because the Super anime and the movies have a different continuity, so there's no way he would know. But in Heroes, remember, everything is fair game. So to wrap this up, when it comes to the Prison Planet arc manga, at least the very first chapter, which is technically chapter 11 of the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, story-wise, there's virtually no differences between the anime and the manga, except for a couple of very interesting lines that I pointed out earlier in this review. But I feel like the main draw to this arc early on is Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan Blue, and we got it in the manga and in the anime, and to me, the manga was just significantly more satisfying. I thought the story was the same, but the fight scenes in the manga were better and longer. And really, if you're trying to appease people with fan service, you might as well just give us a great fight so that everybody's happy. That's the way that I see it. Let me know what you think in the comments about the manga version of this fight versus the anime version. I thought it was just a lot better. And let me know what you think overall about this manga. If you want me to cover any more of the Dragon Ball Heroes chapters, I will be glad to do it. I'll probably keep doing the Prison Planet arc for now, and then we can go back and look at the older stuff if you would like. Also, let me also mention, I should have said it at the beginning of the review, Toyotaro is not the artist here. He worked on older Dragon Ball Heroes manga. The artist for this Dragon Ball Heroes manga is Yoshitaka Nagayama, so remember that name. He is the guy behind this art. Thank you so very much, and I hope you have a great day.